Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back here on the bridge, and today, yes, we will be reviewing the Tholian Shocktrooper Radiation Cannon. Yes, captains, but before we get into this video, do us a huge favor and hit that like button to help this video, to help the channel out. But also, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to the YouTube bridge, where we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains to share our love, passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now that said, here we go. Yes, captains, as you can see, we already have this outfitted on our captain here. And of course, this was the event reward from the featured campaign here, the Tholian Trouble events, which is part of the 2025 event campaign, as you can see here. Now, this is on PC, and of course, as the recording of this video, this of course will be going to console. So my console caps, do not worry, you will get your chance to get this. And please, I will say this right now, do not miss this. This is actually a fun gun, and we just finished a stream here with my fellow captains testing this out, and it actually hits pretty good in my opinion. So what I want to do in this video is go over the actual cannon itself, test it out on some Borg, and then show you captains some of the TFOs that we did on the stream there yesterday, last night, to show you how actually good this thing is. So again, you can see here, we'll go over the info. So again, it's the Tholian Shocktrooper Radiation Cannon. All I did out of the box is just, because it has an infinite sign there in terms of its mark, so all I did was put it in the salvage, the upgrade window, which you go here, your upgrade, and I just put it here, and it just automatically goes to mark 12. Now, a lot of you know, personally, I have been maining the Shax cannon, but this is probably going to be a second close because of just how fun this actually is, and I actually don't mind the visual spam that comes out of this, but we'll go over it here. So the attacks are the radiation burst, so it's an exploit attack, so it's a cone AoE radiation damage. So 3 times, 76.8 radiation damage. So your weapon attacks gain a 5% chance for 18.6 physical damage every 1 second for 10 seconds and ignore shields. Exposed targets take 200% damage, has plus 60 critical severity. And also has an imploding web grenade launcher, which is really useful. So it has an AoE pull and root. Launch an imploding web grenade at the enemy. To target, applies imploding web grenade. Imploding web grenade's exposed attack, those 66.4 radiation damage, pulls in enemies in a 25-foot radius. Root them for 8 seconds, and it gives you plus 60% critical severity. And the weapon gains 5% chance for 70.5 physical damage every 1 second. And as you can see there, there's also something called the overheat mode. So damage and critical chance buff for 5 seconds increases damage done by 15%, increases critical hit chance by 40%, again plus 60% critical severity, and 20-second recharge time. So not bad at all. And as you can see here, it is on the bar here are the weapons here. So overheat mode, okay, you can click it there, 5 seconds, and a cooldown of 20 or 15 I should say, because when you hit it, it'll be active for the 5 seconds, and then once it's done, it'll go into a 15-second cooldown. And of course, here is the weapon auto firing here. Oh, I have it auto firing, of course, radiation burst. And at first is the imploding web grenade launcher. So what I want to do now is test it on the Borg to show you, Cap, that it does work good on the Borg, but you do actually have to remodulate your weapon after a short period of time. And because this thing fires really quickly, you're gonna have to do it pretty often. At least I found. So we'll go test it here again quickly against the Borg, but you'll see how this thing just mows down NPCs like crazy. So there's the grenade web. See, it roots them, puts them all together, and boom. Now, of course, this is on easy, but you can see how quickly it just takes down the Borg. I didn't even touch them and they're dead. Ha! So again, there's that grenade launcher. So now I'll have to remodulate, but you can still actually damage them. As you can see, their health bar is still going down. It's just not doing as much damage, but of course, you remodulate, and of course it's radiation damage, so it's gonna, over time. So it is effective against the Borg, you just have to remodulate, that's all. And you'll be reminded, of course, to remodulate whenever the Borg do adapt to it. But you still get a good, decent amount of attacks in. Some more down here. See, that is a great. Not only do you pull them all together there, then you get your AoE attack there going on. So you can kill the Borg just by doing this. Very slowly though. So, but with remodulation, it's just a mo fest, really, to be honest with you, Gaps. Like I said, I've been maining the Shaxx cannon. This is going to be a close second, or at least maybe even just because it's the new hotness, maybe for a good while. Now, in case you do miss this on PC and or even on console, I guarantee probably this will be heading the Mud Store. So I'm trying to get the awareness now that Caps, hopefully you don't miss it right now on PC for the event. Hopefully you got it. But on console, please do get it. Especially when the event starts there. And of course, we will remind you with a video update as we always try to do. Now, in this part of the video, I'm going to show you, Caps, the fun that we were having on stream with a almost a full team of Caps using this. So, go off here quickly. I put on screen the stream that we just did. Now we're not going to put the volume on, but as you can see here, 4 of us had the Caps. Now, huge shout out to my Caps. So we had Waldo with us, we had Space Boy, we had Dwayne, and Sora. And that's the captains you see on the thumbnail of this video. We're just gonna see how, just look how this mows down, and I'll put this full screen. Hopefully that helps. Now, unfortunately, Operation Wolf does not have Elite, and I hope in the future we do get it sooner than rather than later, because it's been years already since this TFO has been out and we still only have normal. But as you can see how quickly it does actually go through the NPCs quite easily, just like butter, to be honest with you. And it's really fun, and I don't mind the visual spam. I would like a couple things though. One is to have this in a phaser version. Then my life would be complete. 2, have this in black. It'd be great if we'd have like a visual, just kind of like we have with shields, but just on weapons. Now, I don't do a lot of ground, but when I do, well, there's a reason for it, and this is a good reason for it. So there was that. And not only did we do Operation Wolf, we also did Birdcage. Now, this was on Elite. Now, this TFO has an Elite version. And it was still doing pretty well, in my opinion. As you can see, a lot of us were just using the Tholian radiation cannon here, and it was doing really well, in my opinion. Now, the final fight here with the boss went pretty well. But it just literally just kept firing like crazy. But as you can see, with other captains using it, well, it does hit pretty fast and hard. And then the last mission that we did here, we're not going to go through the whole thing. We actually did the Forged in Fire, which again only has a normal version, and which was kind of hilarious because we actually killed Lita after like just on the first floor. But look at this. Look at the fire. Look at the fire. It's hilarious. That's a lot. That's hilarious. Like the rate of fire definitely is a lot faster than the Shack's cannon. But the damage I think it does is pretty okay. I think, especially for a free event weapon. So usually after this part, you have to go up like 2 more levels. So after this level, let's just forward over here. This is the first level, or second level. And all of us were firing at her. I think we glitched it in where we actually just defeated her right here and finished the TFO, which was kind of hilarious. That was it. Again, this was normal, so it wasn't anything to write home about, but it automatically finished once we got her health to 0. So thought we would show that off just more in action, especially with other captains there, and it was definitely fun. Now the last thing that I want to do in this video is show you, Caps, how to get this on your bridge officers. So if you already have one on your captain, okay, and you go here to the events reclaim tab, you will not be able to actually reclaim it. It says here you may only own 1 of these items. So what you're gonna want to do is take that weapon when you first claim it, then put it on a bridge officer. Once it's on a bridge officer, go back to the events tab. Boom, you can reclaim another one. And like I said earlier, it's gonna come out in form here with the infinite mark sign. All you gotta do is go to your upgrade, put that bad boy there, and automatically go up to Mark 12. Of course, you can upgrade it up to Mark 15, which I think we will do because it's actually a really good weapon, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I really highly recommend, captains, you grab this. Again, I'd love this to have a similar gun like this in a phaser flavor and also in black. So, Caps, that is my review of this. I'm gonna give this a solid 9.5. The only thing that's holding it back for me is the fact that I can't have it in black. Really, to be honest, and phaser. But for a free event reward, it is a great weapon, and I hope you captains on PC and on console do not miss this. So a 9.5 solid weapon that they gave us for an event prize. So that's gonna be the video. Caps, do us a huge favor, hit that like button, comment below, let us know your thoughts on this. And before we go, actually, there's one thing that I'm gonna test with you captains right now, actually, because I was told this doesn't work good on Tholians themselves, and if that's the case, I think that should be changed, but we'll find out here. Forgot to actually do this, so we're gonna do this right now. We're gonna head over to Nukara before we close out this video. Head over there quickly, because you would think that this would work well on Tholians, but we'll find out here. Down to Nukara. Let's see. Hello. Look at that. That's crazy. That's crazy work. So, you would have thought that this would actually also be effective against Tholians, but as you can see, it's either healing them or just not doing anything to them at all. So you're gonna have to use your other weapons still on Tholians, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Because unfortunately, when you use this on them, it actually doesn't do a lot. So there, this is where we'll end the video. Comment below, Captains. I'd love to know your thoughts on this, because this is probably one of the funnest ground weapons to come along in a while for me personally, especially as a captain who doesn't do a lot of ground. So, and of course, again, if you're new here, consider subscribing to the YouTube Bridge, and we'll leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.